straight bit. And then guess I put that there. Downhill. And then uphill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What's happened there? Probably that. However, there's more important stats about roundabouts. Half of the world's roundabouts are in France. Wait. Half of the world's roundabouts are in France. They really like roundabouts, huh? What does that say about French people? They don't like waiting. They don't like traffic lights. They don't like reds. Maybe they really don't like the color red. Penumbra says they had a pretty bad experience with the color red in World War II. They did. They did. But you know, other countries also had relatively bad experiences. You know, does Germany have a lot of traffic lights? And is France like shunning traffic lights just to spite the Germans? We're straying into cultural stereotypes here. But it is funny to think about. However, says France has won more battles or is that wars than any other country, so I heard. I mean, they've been in a lot of wars. Probably battles. Because they're like right in the middle of it, right? You have England on one side, Germany on the other. And then there's like Italy and Spain, like they're right in the middle of it. France, the most successful military power in European history in terms of the number of fought and won. I mean, quantity is not the same as quality, Penumbra. I mean, you win a lot of small ones, you lose a big one, you still lose. How does that's wars? Curious. But they're counting everything, right? They're counting all the way back to the Romans. So like 100-Year War and Napoleon and all the colonial stuff, like everything's in there. Two and three. one, that one, that one. Alright, wiring. Let's get started on this. I'm not gonna get very far though. What do I need? Redstone. Repeaters. Sticky piston, although later on I'm gonna need the non-sticky stuff. I never managed to remember what I need. I guess I need comparators, dirt. Like there's always one thing that I forget. Two things. I guess I'll find out. I mean, talking about France's war history, they've won so many, and yet France is still France. Like, I wonder, really, how much do like countries and empires gain from winning wars? But that's a difficult question to answer. Just thinking about maybe somebody can do some accounting, like add up everything you gain, everything you lose, everything you spend in the war, and then just see if it's even cost effective. But of course not everything can be counted that easily. Like, how do you count the value of lives? Alright, so I want that to be there. I need to flip the other side a little bit. Good. Then the other side. Then, track detector rail, that's what I'm missing. I knew I was missing something. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me put 1, 1 there. Alright, 1, 1. But this actually should be here, because it goes straight into a persister. Right, and then we don't need sticky pistons ever again. Like, not to play into cultural stereotypes too much, but the idea that they have roundabouts and avoid traffic lights, that is actually really French. The idea that they don't want to wait and they like want to just keep moving, and like the fluidity of the roundabouts versus the regimented movement. However, says UK has more per mile of road. UK is more compact though, isn't it? What's the population density of the UK? Anyway, that's not it's not important to find out. don't worry about it. And maybe it does have to do with when the road networks were built. Because, you know, back when cars were slower, maybe you'd figure that roundabouts were less of an issue. Or like before big trucks became common. And yeah, no, we shouldn't go too hard into cultural stereotypes, because it's not the entire country that's building the roundabouts. There's like a few traffic engineers designing the roads, so it's just a few people making those decisions. However, says, don't know, but I hear North America are coming around to the idea of the supremacy of roundabouts, certainly seeing more here on the west coast. Quite possible. It's quite possible. I mean, partly it's like volume of traffic, partly it's urban design philosophy. Oops. Houses modern roundabouts were first standardized in the UK in 1966 and found to be a significant improvement over previous traffic circle and rotaries. Well, okay, I mean they but they were already circles. They just changed roundabouts for better roundabouts. Since then, they have spread, and modern roundabouts are commonplace throughout the world. In the United States, modern roundabouts emerged in the 1990s. Municipalities introducing new roundabouts often met with some degree of public resistance. Yeah, because nobody wants to learn to figure out new things. Just realized I didn't put a reset in here. Two, three, four. Oops. And then this side, let me just do this real quick, and then I'll have to end the stream. End the stream for today. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Like you can't, oh crap, I'm missing one. You can't put in roundabouts in isolation. Like take New York for example. New York is just a rigid gridiron plan, everything's just rectangles. You can't put roundabouts in New York. So like, it's not just the junctions, the streets also have to complement the junctions. Harvard says roundabouts are safer than both traffic circles and junctions, experiencing 39% fewer vehicle collisions, 76% fewer injuries, and 90% fewer serious injuries and fatalities. US stats. Yes. No, yeah, you're right, Harvard, because on traffic lights, you have like T-bone crashes, and people like they miss the red light and they just kind of speed straight through and they crash into the side of someone else's car. That happens quite a lot. Whereas if it's a roundabout, you see it coming, you slow down, and you pay attention more. Okay, you know what? You've convinced me, Harvard. Roundabouts are cool. I have been convinced about the superiority of roundabouts. Which is to say, the next time I play City Skylines, it's just gonna be roundabouts everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it's flush there, so it should be 1, 2, 3, and then 4. reset is good. I look forward to it, Hava. Alright, so gonna end the video and the stream here. When we come back next week, obviously we continue wiring the 4.1 branch and then continue building these branches until everything is done. Alright, let me get out of here. See you next video. Oh yeah, they never crash, Hava. The City Skyline AI, the cars never crash. That's why like the most ridiculous junctions will work because there's no traffic accidents.